back, my good
I thought
sir.
this was America.
That's right.
This is America, and welcome back to the Swamp Creatures Network.
Welcome back. It's good to be back, man.
Dude, it feels like it's been, what has it been, a whole month?
Yes, it's been a month. It's been a month.
Damn.
It's been a long month.
Fuck, man. Well, shit. I don't know how to begin this, so I'm just gonna kind of dive right into it because
I
one of
think
the reasons why we're.
I think the new jam's good. I like the new jam you found.
Oh, dude, the new jam is great.
Yeah.
Like, shit. Somehow I looked for Swamp Creatures and I ended up with the Undisputed Era. It's great.
Is that the name of the band? Is that the name of the band that?
No. It's there's this wrestling back in the day in NXT. There was a group, like a bad guy group called the Undisputed Era, and their theme song sounded a lot like this.
I'm glad you thought I was gonna catch that reference.
We're trying to get you more into the wrestling shit, bro.
Yeah, I muted that group chat a long time ago, but I still support it. I won't leave it because sometimes I'll peek in there. But yeah, I know you got a lot to say. Another thing, we're trying out StreamYard. We were using another competitor, so we're gonna try out StreamYard and see how that goes. So
we are free agents, so we're going to see how free agency is with these different streaming platforms, and then see where we want to settle.
That's
As
right.
Rob plays Mr. Cool Man.
That's right. Pam's looking at me from over there.
Gotcha. So yeah, man, this past weekend was Young Americans for Liberty Revolution here in Orlando, and fuck, man, you and I tabled in 2021. Were you at the one last year as well?
No, I was not at the one last year. I think we had trouble getting a table last year. I don't want to say for sure. I don't want to slander Yao like you're about to do.
Oh, no, I'm about to slander them, and I'm going to do it wearing the OG shirt that they no longer fucking do anything with.
There you go.
Since I'm one of the OGs, I'm entitled to this fucking opinion as far as I'm concerned. And if anyone in the organization sees this, I just want them to know this isn't a slight at you. This is a slight at the fucking organization that I put my blood, sweat, and tears into all those years.
Yeah, I'm just here for moral support for Mitch, basically. He's feeling it, y'all. I will say, y'all, literally, y'all. I will say that even whenever we did table that one year, I was standing in for Michael Heiss for the Mises Caucus, and I had his name tag and everything. I got the full treatment. But I did feel like there was like two separate kind of crowds, right? You had your conservatives and then you had your libertarians. And I never was a part of we didn't have a Yale chapter at my school. So, I didn't know what the makeup was really until I got there.
So just to give you a little bit of background real quickly, and also to build on what you just said there, dude, back in my day, when I did Young Americans for Liberty around like 2013 to 2015, something like that, it like UCF, University of Central Florida, around here was a fucking powerhouse of a chapter. Like, Yale was a completely different beast back then, and you point out that kind of growing conservative contingency, and that is going to play a huge role in this rant, because as far as I'm concerned, Young Americans for Liberty no longer has any standards of who they let into their conventions. Dude, back in the day when you applied to go to a YAL conference, specifically it was called YALCon. YALREV didn't start until I think 2020. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you had a question on the application of like, hey, who are your influences? Like, Ludwig von Mises, Henry Hazlitt, Ron Paul. Like, they wanted to make sure that if you were coming to this thing, you were coming because this was something that, fit with your own ideals. And wow, just to see how far that has fallen off. First off, Rob, we couldn't get a table last year, and we tried to do the same thing this year because we had heard that the person who was in charge of YAL, who we thought was the reason preventing us from tabling again, she got removed. So we decided to take another swing at it again. Let's see if we can come around again and come back. And they said no. But Rob, would you like to know who was welcome there to table? Take a wild guess.
The Democratic Socialists. That would be wild, huh?
That would have been wild, but honestly, this might as well not be not that far off.
Was it Mike Pence? Was Mike Pence there?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure Mike Pence is a member of this organization.
I'm gonna have to take glasses off for this. Look, Mike Pence is after Tucker Carlson destroyed it. We didn't get to do an episode on that, by the way.
Yeah, that
That
was brilliant where he just took
yeah,
scalps.
got him. Where
Anyway,
he's
just
like, America's none of my concern. Running for the president of America. Yeah, good job.
Tucker took scalps, but dude, the fucking NRA had a table there.
Oh yeah, you told me that. And I
Yeah,
mean, conservatives do love the NRA.
yeah, and you know that just kind of shows like, okay, so the Mises Caucus is a no-no, but the good old negotiating rights away organization is allowed. That's great. Good job, Yal. Good
Do they
job.
have do they have Louis Valdez or Gun Owners of America there?
Gun
Just to
Owners of America was there, as well as NAGR as well, and there was not good blood between them and the NRA people. I could tell. You know,
yeah,
sometimes you could just read the room and get an idea what's going on there. Like
yeah,
without outwardly saying it, you could tell some of these guys at the other tables are like, in their heads, that you know, conveying it through body language. They're basically saying like, "Yeah, I don't know why the fuck those people are here."
yeah. I mean, I'm a libertarian. Like everyone knows that watching the podcast. So, whenever I worked on the 2A stuff with Jeff Hancock a few years ago, and we did the rally at the Capitol, trying to organize that with Louis Valdez was great as far as getting him to work with us, being libertarians. Getting gunners of or not gunners of America, but the NRA or like Florida firearms policy, that was really hard. Whenever you get to these nonprofits, they're particular and they want all the glory, or they have their own agendas set up. You would think you would work together to get policies passed with nonprofits like that, but it the more and more I'm in the nonprofit world and working with different organizations like that, it's becoming it's like I'm seeing that happening everywhere where there's conflicts between these organizations. That's what's going on.
Yeah, and you know that's annoying when it comes to the ones that you really want to like, but when it comes to the NRA, I have no interest in them as an organization. I don't know why they're at a libertarian conference. It's as awkward as that equity lady who was there in 2022 that no one went by her table the whole weekend. That's one thing you missed, man. The equity lady last year.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
But no, man, like it was a fucking shit. Oh, and of course our good friends at Cato were there again. You know, we can't table, but the fine people who support corporate fascism and vaccine passports, yeah, they're there.
Yeah, and even having Reason on after what's her name interviewed RFK, like I had some bad blood for Reason there for like a week. I unsubscribed and I was like, I'll resubscribe. They had Doug Stanhope on there.
You know, the opposite just happened to me where I met Nick Gillespie at this conference, and he was just such a good guy that I was like, you know what, Reason sucks, but Nick's a good fellow, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as I leave, I see that fucking article about them trashing the country singer.
It's like, yeah. The dude that we just the
yeah,
guy
what's his name?
about?
The one who has that hit going around, Richmond,
I
north of
do want to
Richmond.
react. Can we pull that up on here since we're doing the
Yeah, we can get there, but I kind of want to get through this rant, man. I've been sitting on this for the last few days because I've been sitting home with the Young Americans Revolution Rona. So now that I'm no longer sick, I really got to get this all out of my system. But dude, you won't believe how many fucking drug warriors there were at this conference.
Yeah, that to me is huge because that is indicative of being a conservative, is being like pro drug war, right?
Yeah, well, to give you a little bit of an idea here, after Ramaswamy spoke, I went out to the one door because I'm thinking, like, I at least want to ask this guy a question. You know,
well, how do you do? Did Vivek do good?
It was okay. Yeah, he got a very positive reception. He knows what crowd he's speaking in front of. He's a politician.
I do like, he is. I do like Vivek though.
Yeah, but while we were waiting there, me and some of these guys got to talking about stuff, and I ended up bringing up like, yeah, I don't know why conservatives don't just try to legalize weed. It seems like a silver bullet that would guarantee a lot of victories in a lot of different demographics. And then these guys just started talking, oh, well, we need to have it illegal. And oh my God, I want weed to be illegal because I've seen my friends get addicted to it and it's so bad. And, you know, I'm trying to be polite and not say, hey, dude, just because your friend's a loser, it's not weed's fault.
Right. Yeah.
Like, and it only got worse when I went by the Turning Point USA table, which, by the way, nice folks. If I straight up told them I'm not a conservative, I'm a libertarian, and they were straight up about that. Removed from the LP leadership, didn't they?
Yeah, Matthew Butt says y'all brought in a lot of folks who we removed from LP leadership.
They did in 2022, and then those people were removed, and now there's a whole new thing, and there's turnovers again. There was a lot of people who were there in 2022 who I didn't see there this year. It was kind of a who the hell do I know here this year? It was a very different type of thing. And I kind of got some ideas about why that was later on because I was talking with different state chairs, and some of them basically told me that they were inviting campus conservatives just to boost the numbers, which that made sense because there was a lot of MAGA hats, bro.
You could do that and then try to, like, you know, pull them into the principles of the organization, just like we do. Like, everyone does that. It's like, oh, okay, you got some issues that are different from the main.
This just gets worse as time goes on, bro. That's the problem. Like, none of for one, the whole drug war thing. I almost wanted to be like, guys, that Ron Paul guy who spoke last night. You realize he had a famous moment where they asked him if he would legalize heroin, and he said yes, right? Mm-hmm. Like, one of the reasons we're here, you know, that guy was never compromising freedom. But anyway, probably one of the set. I'm just going down. This is chronological, by the way.
And that was back. That was back when that was in the heat of the drug war, and he took a lot of heat for that. Like, obviously.
And just, dude, that sign that's on the thumbnail of this video, that was a real sign on the convention floor at the Turning Point USA table, where they were asking people if they wanted drugs to be legalized.
It was very close. It was very close. Who had the most tallies, though? Who won?
It looked like, if I remember properly, I'm pretty sure that the no, do not have them legalized was winning, if I remember properly. I'd have to go and count them again, but hey, we got the picture right there. So yeah, yeah, it's just it really is one of those things where I'm looking at that like, what the fuck is this organ? It reminds me of that South Park joke. Where is my country going? But anyway, our good friend Scott Horton, who we're gonna have to get on the show at some point here, hung out with him a lot this weekend. By the way, excellent human being. He gave a great speech, a great little lecture about, you know, Ukraine and Russia and what's going on over there. And this is not a knock on Scott. This is more so a knock on the attendees. Dude, I was so fucking black-pilled seeing at how many empty seats there were. Like,
exactly, Matthew. Yeah, no, they would not be better off doing 6 months in jail and having a criminal record for 10 years. Yeah.
And that's what they were basically saying. It's like, yo, dude, if your friend really does have a problem, getting the government involved isn't going to help him.
Right. Yeah, they're just going to take him to jail where he's going to be treated terribly and possibly bad things happen to him. I don't know why we all accept that people get, you know, in prison.
Yeah.
That shit happens because it does. So should someone have that treatment over possession of marijuana? That's what these people were saying. That's insane. That's insane.
God bless the guy that I met there over the weekend who quit the Heritage Foundation because they wanted him to advocate for making weed illegal again. Bless that man's heart. And I don't mean that in a Southern way. I mean that in a godly, you're an awesome human being way.
And, you know, I get the argument. Sorry, I'm derailing you. But I get the argument for, like, if you don't want it legalized because you want to decriminalize it, like kind of what I'm doing with Decrim Nature. But, like, still legalizing it is a step in the right direction, right? You know,
well, there was some nuance to some of the people who voted no. One guy who I'm going to talk about later on here in this little thing, when I talked with him about why he voted no, he did give me a little bit of nuance there, where it wasn't like a drug warrior thing. It was just I don't know if that's the right approach, but at the same time, I don't think that's, you know, legalizing it would be the right approach.
Yeah, to be fair, I would vote no as well. Like, if that was put to me right now to legalize it, I would vote no, because we see what happened with the medicalization of medical marijuana here in Florida, where it costs millions of dollars to get a commercial grower's license. So you're really cutting out the OGs. So, like, the dudes who were selling it to you when you were, I don't want to say when you're.
Once again, this is why I was saying the Republicans need to just come in and take over the legal weed thing, because they know business better than the Democrats, and they can point to California and say, yeah, we'll do legalization, but better than those idiots. Yeah. Their legal models suck so much that people still go to the black market.
Yeah, and then my issue with conservatives too is they don't get the whole thing about the taxes. Like they will run the taxes up on that. They'll be like, just tax the shit out of it. That's what any conservative I've ever talked to about legalization of marijuana or anything.
You know, the funny thing is, my dad, we've had this conversation. He wants weed to become legal because he wants it to be taxed so high that the potheads will start voting Republican to get the taxes gone.
It's not gonna do anything. It sounds like a socialist to me, honestly.
You can tell him that if you ever meet him, buddy.
Yeah, I will.
But yeah. So anyway, to kind of curve back to what I was saying there, you know, Scott Horton gave an excellent little lecture about Ukraine and all that. And dude, Scott did a great job. It was very disheartening to see how many empty seats there were.
No way.
Like he still got a good turnout, but when I look around and I'm seeing like empty seats between people, you know, that's kind of disheartening. And mind you, they put him on right after Brandon Herrera had announced that he was running for a little bit after Brandon Herrera had announced that he's running for Congress, which if you don't know, the AK guy is now running for Congress.
I don't know him.
Oh, he's a gun YouTuber.
I know Scott Horton.
Yeah.
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 So that kind of tells me that the kind of crowd makeup right there.
Yeah. And that tells you a lot about what's going on here. And dude, I swear, like this, I didn't know what this guy yelled until I was hanging out with this one chick later on that night. And she said, because I guess she was closer to the guy, control edits should be subjected to.
We can actually get to that after. I want you to.
Yeah.
I'll bring it back up.
Let's just get through this because there's someone in the crowd yelled, "Why are you lying?" at one point when Scott is talking about Ukraine and Russia and all that shit.
What was he? Allegedly?
I don't remember the exact point. Scott has the recording. There's a recording floating around there, the whole thing. So I'm sure it can be found when the person yells out, "Why are you lying?"
It's funny when you criticize or like accuse Scott Horton of lying because he gives you names.
Yeah.
And he gives you names and dates and receipts, and it's like there's no possible way he could be lying about Alhid Abad Gerard, Gerard or something like that. If you listen to his book Fool's Errand or what's the newer one that just came out not too long ago, 2 years ago.
Fool's Errand and Enough Already, Time to End War on Terror, and he's also currently making one on Ukraine.
Yeah, if you listen to any of those books, I listened to him on audiobook, and he knows all these people almost personally. It's insane. He's got their names. People like us are never going to be able to have that kind of capacity. This guy is, I'm not going to say a savant. He's basically a savant when it comes to memorizing names, dealing with foreign policy in the Middle East. And now I think that's probably going to translate well to Ukrainian and Russian names too.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, it was, I mean, Scott still did an amazing job with his speech, man. Like his little lecture. I think the problem is you just have a good sizable number of people there who just weren't there for liberty. You know, they were there because when they think of liberty, they think of the Republican Party and conservative values and all that. And honestly, the final thing I have here that just, it was my final thing that made me just want to go and rant, like, who the hell are we inviting here anymore? And it happened at dinner at the last night where, so me and the little group that I'm sitting with, we go sit down at this table and there's like this table full of like, you know, the typical conservative folks sitting right there next to us. And there's an Indian couple sitting with the conservative folks. And we're sitting there eating, having our fun conversation, everything. All of a sudden, some commotion starts going down at the table next to us. And like me and my one buddy, we're just like looking over there like, the fuck's going on over there? And like, there's like shouting shit at this Indian couple and they get up all pissed and they're marching away angry. And my one friend is kind of looks on as what's happening and locks eyes with this Indian dude. And he just gets pissed and goes on my friend's like, do you agree with everything they just said? And it's like, what? No, dude, we were just wondering what the fuck was going on over there, you know? And so then this Indian dude like marches off all angry and everything. And we actually ended up catching up with him and his girlfriend later that night, drinking with him and hanging out with him. And we're all cool now, actually. So, but no, it turns out like they were sitting there and they were kind of talking with them. And like they just had kind of come because they are now getting more into liberty stuff. Like this is a guy and a chick who were, you know, if this says anything, this was the thing that set off the conservatives was he said he voted for Hillary in 2016. And it's like, everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, that's my thought. At least you're here now, you know?
Yeah. That's not what he was mad at, though. Like, he probably got mad at that, but there must have been some sort of issue.
Well, there was that, and there was also, I guess, at one point when he said he was an atheist, a few of them got really weirded out by that, and it basically amounted to them just shouting insults at him. And, I don't want to use the word racist lightly, but it was some kind of racist shit, bro. Like, things that I don't want to say because we don't need to get another content warning.
The Indian couple?
Yeah.
Was shouting?
No, not the Indian, the conservative folks.
They were shouting at the Indian couple?
Yeah. Yeah, it was just kind of like, I was kind of perplexed because I'm just like, are you fucking serious? Like, is this really who we're letting in at this point? Like, do we really have no standards?
And also, if you want people to join your party, no matter what, you don't want to ostracize them out the gate. If they're new, yeah.
And even like on the whole atheism thing, me and him talked about that later on, and we had a good discussion. We disagree, but we're fucking travelers in this world, bro. Let's talk.
Right.
But
I would have said Hindu. I would have picked Hindu.
It's funny how that goes.
Sorry.
Oh man, but yeah, no, it's just like I'm perplexed at the ideological hard-headedness of so many people I met this weekend, man. And there were so little people who we knew from years past. Like, there's lots of faces. As Matt pointed out, a lot of the people we got rid of at the takeover, or at least one or two, I don't know how many exactly. They went over to Young Americans for Liberty and kind of ran the show for 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And I went into 2022 expecting to be all black-pilled by the end. But lo and behold, it's still, Dave Smith was there, Spike Cohen was there. A lot of good names were still there. A lot of folks that I still knew from the organization were there. Aside from one awkward interview while I was there because I brought up someone I probably shouldn't have brought up in that interview. The world of politics is funny, man.
We'll leave it at that.
But, 2022, I left white-pilled because I was like, oh, maybe there is some hope for this organization, Maybe all the internet hoopla was just that. You know what I mean? A bunch of bullshit of people talking smack online, which usually it is. Not this year, man. I went in white-pilled this year thinking like, I'm probably going to be fine with this. Speaker list isn't as great as last year, but, it'll still be a fun time. Dude, there was barely anyone I recognized there. Like, this is not. And what's crazy is I know people who were turned away from our world,
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm just kind of perplexed. Like, why weren't the people that we know allowed to come? And yet all of these people who clearly don't have libertarian views at all were allowed to.
Who all was there speaking? You mentioned Scott Horton.
I can bring up the full list if you want.
I just want to know who was there from kind of our end.
From our end.
Who are the libertarians that were speaking? Tabling wise, like we said, we had a tough time getting a table last year. I didn't take part in trying to get a table this year. Mitch, you said we had a hard time getting a table, couldn't get a table.
We tried at first. The guy who was helping us was really good, and then I guess someone must have tapped him on the shoulder and said, no.
Yeah, so we don't really know what happened, but we didn't have a table there, and we've done it before. It's a great opportunity. It's a national conference for like-minded people, or so. So
as far as our world goes, Scott Horton. Do we count Ron Paul? I mean,
yeah.
Okay, we'll count Ron Paul. I'll also count Brandon Herrera to some degree, just because he's always been pretty ANCAP, the AK guy. But he is running as a Republican, so put an asterisk next to that one.
Okay. We got the governor in the chat. Welcome, governor.
Oi, governor. Kennedy, I guess, was there.
And Kennedy's a friendly. She gave Dave Smith a platform plenty of times, gives libertarians a platform on Fox News.
Yeah. And then I guess
if she's still on Fox News, I'm after the whole Tucker thing, I'm a little shaky on her stock.
She's not on there anymore.
No? Okay.
No, she's off Fox too, if I'm not mistaken. They took her show off.
They're trying to sweep it out. I mean, that's good. That means she might actually be more of a free thinker than we thought, right?
Yeah. Well, I will say one person who was there, but not invited by Yale, he was invited by NAGR, was Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah, well. I'm not too hot on Kyle Rittenhouse. Like,
Oh, really?
I mean, obviously it was self-defense. Like, I agree with it.
Self-defense, but you were definitely a fucking idiot for going out there to begin with.
That, and then like everything that had, like, he's definitely more on the conservative side.
Oh, yeah.
Not the libertarian side. He's young though. We'll give him time. Matthew Butt said need a big anti-war convention slash conference. Come to the Libertarian Party of Florida conventions. That's what that is. That's what that should be.
Yeah.
We should be a standalone home for libertarians, honestly, at this point.
Real quickly, that's the sad thing about the whole conference thing, especially with YAL or whatever, because I now am aware of two different, one which I think is now defunct, and another one which another guy told me about over the weekend, where they're trying to recreate a new Young Americans for Liberty, but under a new name and everything. And
just join the Libertarian Party. Just go to your county affiliate meetings. Just build us up. That's all.
Well, the thing with YAL is that this is my theory, bro. So here's what I think happened. YAL used to be a powerhouse on college campuses. It was if you anything Republican on college campuses, it was YAL. Turning Point, I don't know if it was a thing yet, but if they did exist, they were non-existent. And Young Americans for Freedom was a joke.
Yeah.
So
here's the thing. Turning Point USA is super gay. And
exactly, I agree.
Super gay. We need to do something. I mean, maybe we do college liberty. I don't know. But we, as like just the LPF, I can think of a few things that I could do now that I'm back in the swing of things to try and talk to us and maybe get some funding and talk to these people. Because most people resonate with what we have to say. That's why that song's so big. Can we pull up the song and put a bookend on this YAL Rev?
Yeah, just YAL, do better. Stop being retarded.
I want to listen to some country music. And this is not the blind reaction. I reacted to this earlier this week whenever I heard
honestly, no. Here's how I'm going to close out this segment. This actually segues perfectly. I'm glad you brought this up.
Good.
So throughout the weekend, people kept on sending me this song, and I just didn't listen to it. So Sunday morning, when I'm checking out and I get in my car, just black-pilled by this convention, I play this song finally, and fuck did it hit me right in the feels, man. Like, here, let's get the screen share up.
And give him full credit too.
Anthony Richmond, north of Richmond.
Richmond, north of Richmond. A lot of double entendres in here. I like the lyrics. Some people, there's conspiracies going on. We'll talk about that after. But just listen to the song and the lyrics, and you know, if you haven't heard it already, just take a listen.
Yeah.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. Cause the rich men, cause the rich men.
Can you pause it?
What's
we
up?
We have to pause it every now and then for the.
Oh, to not get the copyright claim.
Yeah. But that's. Do you think he's conservative or libertarian? I just want to.
I don't know, man. All I know is as a musician, he's touched on something that just speaks beyond anything.
Right, he does. Especially in these upcoming verses, that he nails the second verse. But I like how he's putting the blame where the blame should be.
Oh, yeah.
Richmond, north of Richmond, talking about DC. He's hammering the nail on the head. And that's what a lot of people miss. And my favorite thing that I've done, listening to the song and watching it blow up, like 13 million views over like 5 days, a couple days ago, is watching different people from diverse backgrounds react to this. I'll watch a whole bunch of black people react to this who obviously are not conservative or libertarian,
Probably
and
not really into country much either.
No, not either. But it's getting through because they can feel that he's meaning what he's singing in the song, and he's got soul. Even though he's a ginger, he's singing it, and you know what he means.
Rob, you're loving this, aren't you?
I love it. I've listened to a lot of it, but I'm loving how many people it's reaching.
Yeah,
and they understand it's a common message.
Well, I hate to get a little bit libertarian autistic for a second here, but you know, Ayn Rand in her book, The Romantic Manifesto, which is, you know, her theories on like art and all that stuff, she basically talks about how there's two ways people absorb philosophy. It's either through dense philosophical knowledge, i.e., sitting down and reading human action from beginning to end, or it's through art. And for most people, it's through art. And that's why this reaches more people.
Yeah, and that's something that libertarians don't really do well, and even conservatives don't do as well as people on the left. So I think it's really important. But let's let the man continue. I think we have to stop it every like 30 seconds or so, but
all right,
that's fine.
Great finger picking.
I wish politicians look out for minors, and not just minors on an island somewhere.
Yeah. No, you can keep that going.
I didn't catch that at first, honestly, when I first listened to that.
You didn't catch that at first?
I was too in the moment of after the convention that I was just absorbing like dude, music is a crazy thing, man. Like you're a comedian, I'm a musician. Like I don't know how.
As soon as he said that, I was like, "Say what?" That's exactly what I was like. I was like, "Dude, you're gonna die." Who are you talking about?
Careful, man. You don't want to end up like Seth Rich.
Yeah. I want to see the uncut version of the song where he just goes down the list of people who wrote on Epstein's plane. That'd be a song.
There's a website already. Come on, Oliver.
Yeah.
We got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn
shame, dude.
What the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you.
I like how he hit like the politicians and the pedophiles, and then out of nowhere just hits fat people. Dude, there's so many other people he could have came after, but no, he had a vendetta with fat people.
I mean,
he's
not into the body positivity movement.
I bet he likes fudge rounds. I bet he likes some fudge rounds, dude. I think it's a great line because he's right, but at the same time, it's like that's why after this, when we talk about conspiracies and stuff about this song, that's why I think he wrote this song, because I feel like if it was concocted by someone else, they would have went after someone, they would have went after someone else higher, not fat people eating fudge rounds.
Well, another thing is you listen to like the music that comes from the corporate realm. Like, try that in a small town guy. Do you remember that guy?
Jason Aldean.
Yeah.
Jason Aldean. Yeah.
Yeah, like that is very like fake and corporate. You know what I mean? There's something very sincere and genuine here that just can't be replicated in that sort of world.
Mm-hmm. You wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just want to have total control. Want to know what you think, want to know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, because your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, cause the rich men north of Richmond.
Fuck that voice.
That was good. All right, I think they got the idea.
Yeah.
think they got the idea. Good song. I actually checked out his other stuff. Guitar. He's got a good voice. I like him. I'm looking forward to seeing what this fame will do, and you know, maybe he will get some you know, little boost from this. But
I really hope so, because you know, like,
got me fired up.
Well, it's like all the music we see in the world today, that which gets pushed to the front of us, is just crap. Like you know, the world is fucked when people I know who aren't fans of Oasis are agreeing with Noel Gallagher just because he talks shit about all the fucking corporate crap we see.
I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but speaking of things being pushed to the forefront, I do want to talk about this because I saw it. There's a conspiracy, and the left and establishment people always complain about people being conspiracy theorists and stuff like that. There are people thinking that this song's a conspiracy, and you know what? I don't know. Maybe it could be. Maybe it's being pushed out by conservative ink or whatnot to influence people in such a way. But I feel like it's heartfelt. Who knows?
I mean,
I sent you the screenshots. I sent you those screenshots the other day, right? Of the guy. I didn't. I guess I didn't send you the screenshot. I whenever I was texting you about people thinking it was like it was a conspiracy that this song was like written for this guy and pushed out. I didn't send you.
COVID was worse last night. I'm sorry, the unnamed virus of unspecified origin.
I think it was Tuesday night. When I texted, but the guy was claiming that it was being astroturfed, which is a new term that I've never heard.
So I've heard that a few times recently.
Yeah, I think that's a term coming out of these more left-leaning social circles.
So I've actually heard that term used by conservatives, funny enough.
Okay.
Yeah, there was one contact I made in our time off from a chick who used to work at Breitbart, and I heard that term quite a few times. Yeah.
Of course you did. That's where you got COVID, isn't it? You dirty, dirty dog.
Yeah, Breitbart, man. That's how it happens. But no, just hearing that term thrown around quite a few times, that I honestly, we should just look it up at this point. That way we could figure out what the fuck it is.
You know what? That's such a good idea, Mitch.
Let's go to Urban Dictionary, where it's always the most fun.
Urban Dictionary might have a different definition of it.
Let's see what it is. We're going with whatever Urban Dictionary gives us.
You go to Urban Dictionary, and I'll go to another one. Astroturfed.
Okay. Creating the impression of public support or by paying people in public to pretend to be supportive. Okay,
that's exactly how
that's actually not a bad thing. That's basically what, you know, that makes sense. That's basically what we did with Iran, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. So
getting rid of the Shah or installing the Shah. No, it was installing the Shah.
So you fund and you promote this one, you know, line of thinking or this one thing, so that you build the facade of public support, right? But if that were true, if that were true with this, then we would see the numbers kind of being called out, because like people can tell who I feel like you can tell who is viewing your videos, right? Like there's bot farms that you can pay to, you know, boost up your views. Yeah. Obviously, we don't do any of that here in the swamp, because we have 4 people watching live right now, but
we love all 4 of you.
But I just don't think this guy did that. But I just brought it up because we do like to talk about conspiracies on this podcast.
Yeah, no, that's I'm definitely with you on that one. I'm going to hit bullshit on the conspiracy on this one.
I want to do one more cultural thing before we get to, and I didn't send you anything, but I know you had to have heard about it.
Oh, Argentinian Ron Paul?
No. I want to do him last, because that we can end on a good note. But I was gone and we didn't get to do it last week. The Montgomery Riverboat Brawl. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh shit, the brawl! Yeah,
the brawl. I want to go over that. I want to react to that. So
I haven't seen the whole thing. I've just seen like little bits, so this will be good.
Oh yeah, let's go through it.
Where is it?
Boom. That's YouTube all over.
Okay, what is it? What do I look up? Riverboat Brawl?
Montgomery Riverboat Brawl. Yeah.
You know, this would be fun to have Josh on, just so we could do like wrestling commentary.
Oh, dude, he would be all over it.
Oh man, Josh, wherever you are, buddy, the link, the thing is in the chat. Go click it and get in here.
I
Where's
mean,
where can I
I
find this full fight? I'm trying to find. There's all this news coverage.
yeah, there's news coverage, but I mean,
Fuck.
you can
Okay, we're
kind of.
just gonna do the YouTube shorts and see what it's like.
Oh, that's a dangerous move right there.
Fine. Well, we could always go to our good friends at Rumble.
That's going to be even more news coverage.
You think so?
I think so, but we'll see. I like Rumble. We'll give him a shot.
Rumble has never let me down.
Yeah. That's right. Woo!
We really need. We will be getting our Rumble here soon too.
Yes.
Fuck it. I'm just gonna go to the news coverage ones because this is. You were right. This is not very helpful.
Yeah, we can skip past. Give whoever credit for it.
Rumble is the god that failed.
There are a lot of angles. There's a lot of angles. A lot of people, a lot of channels that I've seen haven't had all of the angles. You're gonna.
Okay, so this is a thing from Maine. So, News Center Maine is what we're going with on this one.
All right, you got to share the screen.
I know, I'm getting it.
Gotcha. All right. Here we go. So wait, pause it real quick. To give background, there was a riverboat with a bunch of people on it. A lot of black people on it. And this white family, and the reason why I'm saying race is because this thing was blown into basically a racial fight. Like the Montgomery police are seeing if they can charge this family with a hate crime and shit like that. So this race is at the forefront of the issue here, as talked about by everyone else on YouTube. So the white family was told to move their boat, and they did not. So this worker, this man in the black hat and the black shorts, white shirt, he tried to move the boat himself. He tried to push it away himself, and that's what causes this heat up right here.
Okay.
And this is already cutting out some stuff, so we'll see what happens. This is already cut out.
I just want to see some fist fly so that I can, do this like a boxing fight. Oh! Yeah. There she is! There he is!
And then he throws
the gloves are off!
To signal the neighborhood. He's got that strong arm on him. He's got that strong arm. He's pushing him. Came with the wild swing. He came in with a knee, tackled him to the ground. And now they all gang up on him.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go to a different video. That one cut out way too much.
So there's
just
more.
Keep sharing the screen, and I'll find you one. I mean, do the 10-minute one because that'll be fine. That'll be fine.
Oh come on.
Yeah.
Did it really?
Oh, we can't. They're not letting us do it.
Oh, you suck, YouTube. Oh wait.
He's gonna let us do it.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. That's hilarious. And there's so many memes going on right now. Like the bat signal memes with the hat. It's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
God damn.
You see people are already coming to the rescue. They're basically attacking a worker. Like,
yeah.
I know you shouldn't touch people's property, but they were this family was in the wrong.
Yeah, doesn't he just work there?
He worked there. He's trying to get him to move the boat. They refused to move the boat. They have a whole riverboat waiting to dock there, and it just makes no sense to go to fisticuffs over this. Even if he's rude to you, you go, okay, stop being rude.
Fine.
Move the boat.
Turn around and be like, man, what an ass.
Yeah. All right. And then like this dude, they're throwing fists at this dude. I feel like alcohol.
Yeah, this dude seems like he's just trying to de-escalate.
Yeah, he's just trying to de-escalate. Now this is where the black community started going crazy. They're like giving this dude medals and shit for swimming over there, and he's a worker. He is a worker at the dock, I believe. And a lot of these guys that come to the initial workers rescue are also workers. Now watch what he does. Watch what the guy who just swam over there does. Takes his shoe off, and he's kind of just walking him down. These dudes, fresh off the boat, literally. Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah. So now is when the brawl is actually about to start.
Jesus Christ.
So now you want to move your boat. This lady's getting pummeled. I feel and because all these people just witnessed the worker get ganged up on.
Yeah.
And they're not having that. And normally I would say you let police handle this, but it's getting to the point where I feel like in school, like kids can't, like if kids are if you got a bully and a kid's trying to stand up for himself, he can't stand up for himself because there's like a zero tolerance for fight. Like people should be able to stand up for other people, and you should be able to stand up for yourself, right?
Well, yeah, but what does that have to? This is something here where it's like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's a little too much here. Now
Yeah.
the chair's overboard, right? Like the dude grabbed a chair.
Oh, he's got the chair.
Yeah.
My God.
Oh my God.
I'm jumping into wrestling.
Oh my God. Boom! This lady
right over the head with a steel chair.
Okay, hang on. Okay.
Okay, finally there's some cops.
Yeah. The cops.
I never thought I would say that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the cops.
Rothbard was right.
Cops should have stepped in a while ago. They didn't want to do. They didn't know what was going on. I guess I don't know. Pause it real quick and look up. Just look up Alabama Montgomery woman chair nose on Google.
1 second.
Montgomery chair woman nose.
We might not be able to show this.
I think we will.
If we can't, chairwoman nose.
You're gonna see
woman being hit in the face with a chair, like.
Yeah, but there's a mugshot.
Ooh.
There you go. You found it.
Oh.
Pull it up.
1 second. I'm trying to get it open. God damn it, TikTok.
Pull it open.
China has my data. God damn it, it's all on fucking TikTok.
They already had it. They sent the spy balloon over your house.
I mean, they are in Cuba. That is true.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like it escalated way more than it should have, and there was definitely some ganging up on. But like there was ganging up on initially, so I don't feel bad for this family not refusing to move the boat. They brought it on themselves, basically. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I can't feel bad for them. That was fucking brutal, man. Like that was uncalled for and just savage.
Yeah. All right, this lady's nose, dude. Oh, we can't zoom in.
Let me see if I can a little bit. There we go.
Oh yeah, she looking like Squidward, dude.
Bruh.
Who? That is
man,
gross.
So how funny do you think that processing was?
I don't know. It sucks to be arrested. It sucks to get hit with a chair.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not sure if she was even swinging. I know. Actually, I think I saw a video where she was trying to get into the tussle somehow. Maybe she wasn't swinging. Maybe she was doing something. And these dudes didn't want to hit her. They were like, I don't want to hit a lady. And then these two ladies came up and started fighting her. They're like, I'll take care of it. So that's my thing. It's like if random people are just fighting random people, you know, even if it's for a specific reason, like I don't see why they don't get in trouble either. But I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know, man. This is one of those things that really makes me just want to say this is why we need to get involved on the local level. And if society breaks down, at least we'll be able to handle things locally.
I'm not getting involved in this.
I'm not getting involved in that, but that to me, that's just like, yep, that's the cities right there. Tim Pool
I'm not
right
good enough to have my nose look like that and still be able to like talk to people. You know, I'll just stay home if my nose looks like that after a chair to the face. I don't even know how her nose gets like that after a chair to the face. Maybe.
I mean, how do we know that's real?
We don't, but it's fucking
funny.
hilarious.
It is funny. I will give you that.
Mm-hmm. All right. We got 10 minutes left. Let's talk about some great libertarian news.
About Javier Milei?
Yeah. And you know, you said he was the libertarian Ron Paul. I don't know if I'd go that far. But I just did some quick research on him today. I heard about him yesterday. This guy is a libertarian presidential candidate in Argentina. And after their initial primary vote this month in August, he led with 31% in that poll. The closest candidate to him, I think, had 19%, and the other one had some other. No. The other one must have had like 20 something, and the other one had 19, and then like a little.
He
small.
won by like, it seemed like he got a lot of the provinces. Like,
I think he won by like 10%. Oh, you looked at the provinces?
Well, I looked at a few different things too. There's also a map out there that kind of showed what he had won. And if you just look at it, it's like, holy crap! Like that got a good. So I'd heard about this guy for a while. I just never really did any digging into who he was. I just heard, oh yeah, there's an ANCAP guy running for president down in Argentina.
Yeah,
and
he's
I
an
kind of thought,
economist.
he'll get somewhere, but he's probably not going to win.
Yeah, he was an economist. He played in a band that was like not huge, but they were kind of well known, and he had a spot in the government, I think, dealing with the economy. And if you will, pull up that one video I sent you of him like in 2014, and then the pesos ratio.
Yeah, so this is basically him giving the same warning throughout time, and it's in Spanish, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
One second. Screen share.
Habla español.
Mira, el ajuste va a venir.
Like, he's pretty chill now. It's like $1.13 pesos. Not a big deal. We just need to,
Ahora, vos el ajuste
need
lo
to
puedes hacer
calm
vos
down a little
primero.
bit because it's going to get worse. No, you can keep it playing. You can keep it playing.
O que te lo imponga la realidad. La probabilidad de que Argentina caiga en una crisis, a pesar del mejor contexto internacional, de la historia y todo, es aproximadamente 40%, 30%. Creo que debería ser cercano a
I'll
cero.
turn it down a little bit at least so we can hear what you're saying there too.
Okay. Am I cutting in and out whenever I'm talking?
No, I just it's sounding like he's a lot louder than what you were saying there.
Okay. So, yeah, keep going.
All right.
You're going to see him. He's starting to get pissed now. His hair's growing out. Look at his face.
Yeah, it's becoming no more Mr. Nice Guy.
Mi pasaporte? Now he's shut. You got 3 baby mamas in your own welfare. $1.40 pesos. Remember, just 4 years ago, it was 14 pesos. So, Argentina has hit 100% inflation for the first time since its hyperinflationary period in 1991. And this guy's an anarcho-capitalist. And like anarcho-capitalists do, that kind of irks him. So he's getting pissed. And I guess his message is resonating with a lot of people. Now, the Western coverage that I've seen from American media, British, the BBC, even Al Jazeera, and other places are calling him a far-right, ultra-conservative candidate. And I just want to stress to people that, like, he does have what I would call conservative views. He's very anti-abortion. His Wikipedia that I read, now you can correct me if I'm wrong, the Wikipedia that I read on him said that he's even against abortion in cases of rape or incest. Now, a lot of conservatives do hold those views, but his economic views are anarcho-capitalist. Like they're Austrian school of economics, like purely.
Yeah, and I was unable to pull the video for this, but he's also extremely pro Bitcoin.
Yeah, so he's very he wants to eliminate the central bank. That's kind of what he's running on.
Yeah,
mostly is the economic issues.
Yeah. Anyway, I brought up the second one here, and just to give it an idea too, this man, when I'd heard about him, I heard about him because he was a Rothbardian, someone who was influenced by Murray Rothbard. So when people try to compare him to, Trump or anything far right, it just does not make sense to me. But he definitely, I can see where he does still hold those conservative views. But to me, the good outweighs any sort of things that I would disagree with in that instance.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, just to give an idea just how much this man does not like the leftists, and he understands how much leftist ideology has ravaged many countries in South America.
al zurdo de mierda no le podés dar ni un milímetro.
Pero ¿me podés definir zurdo de mierda? Que no
todos los que, digamos, los colectivistas, los que ponen, digamos, o sea, esa idea. A ver,
¿por qué le pones de mierda, digamos?
Porque son una mierda. O sea, no,
pero
pensás distinto, te van a aniquilar. Ese es el punto. Es decir, vos al zurdo no le podés dar un milímetro, porque le das un milímetro y lo tomas para destrozarte. Es decir,
if you're just listening to this, we should basically say he's saying you can't negotiate, and the subtitles are saying leftards. I'll just say leftists, just to keep it, just to keep it like basic for anyone listening on podcast form or just in their ears. But he's saying you can't. She's like, you're calling them leftards for not thinking differently than you. He's saying, well, if you think differently than them, then they kill you, like historically, right? Talking about communists and socialists. So that's what he's doing. If you want to turn it down, I can. I'll read the subtitles. Yeah.
All right.
You can't negotiate with leftards is where we're leaving off. You don't negotiate with play it a little, like give it a little volume. You can't go back a little bit. Sorry. We're working on your production skills.
We'll get there. This is also a work in progress.
Yeah. You don't negotiate with trash because they will end you. That's what he's saying. He's getting very passionate right now. You can probably hear it in his voice.
Well, that's another thing. The last video that I'm going to show here is going to show you just why he has the it factor in politics, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
But after this one, we'll get to that.
And since we are so much better than them, since we are defeating them in the cultural battle, we're not only superior economically, we're morally superior, we're aesthetically superior, we're better than them at everything, and it triggers them. And since they can't beat our arguments and ideas peacefully, they use repressive apparatus to try and distract. Sorry, I lost.
You're good. Don't worry. Repressive apparatus
of the state to try and destroy us. There we go.
There's a lot of great quotes in here.
Yeah, they're good quotes, but I'm a little scared. Like people like this with a lot of charisma, Hitler-esque.
There's something about the it factor that is needed in a lot of cases when it comes to politics. And to me, this isn't really anything scary just because I'm seeing the way Argentinians are talking about it on Twitter and stuff. And
I don't know if it's getting mixed up in the translation, but
it could also, there's also a lot of, people are very savage. No other way to put it. That's basically the way they describe their politics, at least with the people who I interacted with when about this.
But if I'm a candidate and I'm running for president, I want to mend more bridges than I'm going to burn. And if I'm sitting here going, we are even if I know I fully believe in my heart that libertarian principles and ideas are better than
keep in mind the history that socialism and communism has had in Central America as compared to the United States.
True. Okay. That's true. But what I'm saying is saying we're better than that kind of gives the air of would you do the same thing to people? Would you kick people out of helicopters in your country? What are you going to do? Is it going to be
what's up with the Falkland Islands? Do the British still have those? Is it going to be
McCarthyism here?
Go to the Falklands.
All right.
I don't know. Just throwing hilarious ideas out there.
Mm-hmm. And yet they're still losing. You understand? They're losing. They're desperate. Shit leftists are losing the cultural war. For the first time, leftards are cornered.
Based. No, I get why he's approaching it from this perspective. And I can't remember what the name of the conference was, but when I interviewed Zach Foster, who we could bring him, we just got to bring him on the show, man, at this point. He used to, work with Cuba's Mises Caucus. Yeah. He basically explained there's a communist version of Bilderberg that happens every year in South America.
What? Really?
Yeah, all the North Korea, China, all these other countries. It's basically the the tanky era. I'm not talking about I'm sure they try to influence with the woke stuff because it's a card to play, but
we should
you know
go
what
there.
I mean.
We should go. We should go.
Just go and try to interview them.
Yeah.
You get detained, like face the wall.
Like, what about my rights? Like, all right, play the video. I got to get out of here.
No problem. Anyway, I want to close on this one because this, I thought, kind of encapsulated just, you know, that sort of cult of personality that is needed. And you say like Hitler and right wing, but that is something that even someone like Barack Obama taps on. And I feel like more than anything, definitely. These are people who figured out how to play the crowd and how to master crowd psychology. Mm-hmm. And this is what more libertarians take notes.
Yeah.
Zurdos, hijos de puta, tiemblen!
Rob, you want to translate this one too?
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
I'm gonna try and do it like Trump. Leftist sons of bitches, be afraid. Freedom goes forward. Hell, freedom, damn it. Let's go.
Let's go.
Dude, he's fired up. Yeah, he's fired up. And I like what you said. I'll take that as a mental note going forward, just to keep in mind the history of like communism and socialism in South America. He's fiery though, like, and he holds no punches whenever it comes to saying, you know, what he thinks the issue is. And I am always wary of that, no matter what, given the history of any kind of country.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And just like anything, I feel like you can only approach a politician with skepticism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I will say, given every indication as of right now, I can't help but root for the guy for the same reason I'm rooting for Bukele.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'll have to do research on who's that.
That's the El Salvador guy.
El Salvador? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. No, I mean, anytime someone pops up like this, he is a part of the Libertarian Party of Venezuela, but it's different. It's not like LP America. Like, they also they have planks on being anti-abortion and stuff like that. So they are like more of the they're like specifically.
You mean Argentina, not Venezuela?
Yeah, Argentina. Sorry.
Yeah.
Venezuela's not. Yeah, they're not.
Yeah, I was gonna say like there's no libertarians there.
Yeah, they're not even close. Yeah.
You want
to talk about hyperinflation? Sorry. But no, I lost my train of thought. But what was I saying? No, they're like actually conservative libertarian leaning party, not just libertarian. So that's kind of what I learned on doing the homework there. I'm like, okay, I could see how some of the social issues, you know, for people like us might be falling to the wayside.
Yeah, no. I will say though, just that is a good direction I think would be to go in. Minus, you know, even then, when it comes to abortion, my thing has always been kind of just the, you know, very limited, safe, legal, rare, you know?
Yeah.
Like
he's going past that though.
Yeah,
like,
I know what you mean.
Right. So that's fine. And I won't get into all of that obviously now, but
to be continued.
Yeah, to be continued. We'll see how this guy does. The actual election's in October. Check me out right here, R. Vincent Comedy. Go follow those pages. They're new. Follow Swamp Creatures. Give us a subscribe, and College Football Extravaganza.
Hell yeah. Which college? Yeah, dude. I'm glad the College Football Extravaganza is back.
Me too. We got to get it set up on the Swampcast though, so we'll do that. So we'll do that soon.
Yeah, but right now we're just going to enjoy free agent status for the Swampcast. Anyway, go follow me at Mitch Connor JLo on Twitter. And until next time, and go check out 1776swag.com. Adding a whole lot new stuff on there. Keep an eye out. We got some fun presidential stuff coming up. And if you don't like any of the candidates, don't worry. I'll have something for you. I promise.
Nice.
Anyway, everyone, thanks for tuning in.
Peace.
Peace.